Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM20 story from Dorking Wanderers with me, Daniel. It's season 17, episode 8, and today we've got a big one on our hands. Not quite as big as the last episode, but it could be the chance to secure European glory again. Last year we won the Europa Conference. This year we've made the semi-final of the Europa League, and we've got a handsome lead going into the second leg today. We then face Derby away in the Premier League, and a win and other results going our way, and we could well have wrapped up Champions League football for the first ever time. And then of course next episode it will be an FA Cup final. It is all happening at the moment. So if you are looking forward to today's episode, please do chuck a thumbs up on the video. It really is going to be eventful, but I'm hoping the first half of it will be a little bit easier. If you haven't already, you can subscribe down below to stay up to date with all the content. We've got daily FM20 videos from this series and our new save with Cliftonville as well. And potentially the final one from Macclesfield, our weekend series tomorrow at 1 PM. But it's all about Dorking today. Let's go and have a look at our recent results. They've been pretty good, if we're being honest. We had 4 games, one away at Liverpool in the league. We won 3-2 thanks to Marcos Paulo's winner. Lima and NSYNC with the goals there as we came from behind twice. A 2-2 draw away at Everton. Ewan Davey in the 88th minute securing us a result. And that just kept the gap back to them, which means we're the favourites for the top 4 now. Marcos Paulo got the opener again. A 3-0 win away at Leipzig. Stokic, Lima and Coppens with the goals. And that means we can play our backup team today. And a 2-1 win at home to Watford in the Premier League. Marcos Paulo again with a brace. What a player he's turning out to be. 10 in 16 in the league now. 3 or 4 penalties, so his average rating's still not that good. But lots of assists in Europe, and he's starting to fit in well. So let's go and get into the first game today. Everything looking good. And I forgot to mention that as well. Celtic won the first leg against Bilbao 7-0. 7. How on earth did they win it 7-0? I don't know where that result came from. So if we do get through, which we presume we will, we'll definitely be playing Celtic. So let's go and have a look at our lineup for today. It's Dorking v RB Leipzig, and we're going in with our backup team. So it's Fabrizio in goal, Pollock and Williams the fullbacks with Mertens and Solly at centre half, Jonton alongside Davey in the middle, Council, White and Gleadle the attacking midfield 3, and Jeff Coppens on his own up front. Because NSYNC's been out injured, Boyce has been starting all the league games and the big games, and he will again probably have to do so at the weekend. So we just want to give him a little rest. Brewster's back on the bench after months out injured, and a few of the first teamers if we need them. So let's get into the first game. It's Dorking v Leipzig, and with a 3-0 advantage, we should be shoo-ins for a place in the final. 4-3-3 for the visitors. Andre Luiz did not cause a threat in the first leg, despite being a very good striker. And they've got a really good squad. I don't know why they haven't competed better. I know we beat Bayern, but that was a close game. We'd have expected Leipzig to be in it after the home leg. But they really just threw it away, so I'm kind of hoping that this will be a walk in the park. We're going to change the duties. Winger on attack for White. Gleadle will keep in the same as he is at the moment. And aside from that, we'll be as we were. 1 minute gone, it's good so far, and let's hope we don't get a scare. As Burke takes a free kick just outside his own box, Council knocks it down for Gleadle though, and Gleadle goes back to Pollock rather than turning past halfway. Pollock inside to the centre half to Solly. Over the top towards Coppens, flick down and he finds that Council, and it's back to Jonton. Jonton to Davey, in the centre circle, lovely switch to Aaron White, but unfortunately he's lost out in that challenge, and he's brought away by Franken on the right. He's taken them all on for Leipzig, and he's beaten 3 of them. What a run this is from the German. Great effort at goal, it's straight at the keeper, but that was individual brilliance, and they're going to be relying on a bit of that. We've just dropped to a balanced mentality because Leipzig were getting on top. And I mean, based on the fact that we're playing our backup team, on paper they're probably the better of the 2 sides out there today. As Aaron White picks it up right side of the box, beats his man into the back area, and he's straight at the keeper, I'm afraid. I thought for a second there, I got my words fumbled, I thought we were going to get a penalty because he went down and there was a sliding challenge, but nothing in the end. Kassem flicks on the goal kick, but it's only going to find Zach Council. He plays to Pollock and Jonton, and it's back out to Council again. But this time he's got more space. He's taking on the fullback, and the challenge only finds Kieran Pollock. Back to Council. They're keeping it out there on their own. Pollock beats the sliding challenge again, delivers to the front post, and it's away as far as Council. But he picks it up again on the edge of the box. Zach Council going alone. Oh! Just off the outside of the post. He hit it thunderously. The keeper barely moved. but it's still 0-0 on the night, and with half an hour gone, we're very comfortable. 3-0 we lead on aggregate. As Burke takes the goal kick, long towards halfway. Brought down for Franken. Franken gets it on the right. He's beaten his man again. Not good from Sam Williams there. He does get back though. The challenge is deflected and Kasem heads just wide. But that was a little bit too easy. Probably the first time I've been very worried in this game. Having said that, we survived the minor scare and we've made it to half-time at 0-0, as have Celtic in their game. So I think we can now start to plan that we're playing each other in the final. I mean, Celtic could probably before the end of the first leg. But for us, it's getting a lot closer. 0-0 at half-time, 3-0 on aggregate, and Leipzig haven't really had a major threat. So I think we're pretty comfortably through to the final. A quarter of the game to go. I'm just going to replace young Gleedle with Carl Boyce, who's a bit more experienced. I was going to bring Brewster on, but I think I'll leave the rest of the backups alone. Why would we change it? It's all going well. 0-0 on the night, and we're still 3 goals ahead on aggregate. Just under 15 minutes remaining, and Leipzig have finally gone all-out attack. Jonathan on the left-hand side plays a 1-2 and then goes back into the centre circle. Cerrillo picks it up to Greenwood. Switch of play to Schmidt on the right. Beats the left-back, beats the centre-half and beats Fabrizio with a great effort. And suddenly, we've got a bit of thinking to do. It is 1-0 on the night to Leipzig. It probably is a bit too late. But we don't want to give them any sort of optimism at the moment. So what we're going to do, we're going to put Boyce into the holding role, the deep line playmaker. We're going to have Ewan Davey box to box and Jonton will be replaced by Paulo. Lima will come on for Council. Both have struggled with injuries. And Paulo, of course, will be a shadow striker. So with just over 10 to go, we've got to make sure we don't get pegged back. So we're going to demand more. Most of the lads focused. And hopefully that'll help us see it out. But it is Leipzig with a throw again. Jonathan in. It's cleared away by Mertens to Lima and now Marcos Paulo. Can we counter with a vengeance? It's up to Coppens, who's got a clear run here. Into the box alone. One-on-one with a keeper. His shot saved, but it drops down to Marcos Paulo. And we all know how reliable he is in front of goal. Marcos Paulo taps in for 1-1. And now Leipzig need 4. And just to pile some misery on, we're coming forward again on the left. Aaron White delivers a cross. He's headed away as far as Ewan Davey. He goes to the back post and he's headed away to Boyce. Schmidt brings it down and beats him to it though. And Schmidt's taking on his man again. What a player he looks. And Mertens has brought him down with one of the most stupid challenges you'll ever see. I've no idea why he put the challenge in there. But Schmidt is looking like one hell of a player. Bilbao have taken the lead against Celtic, but still 7-1 on aggregate. As Schmidt's penalty saved. Leonardo Fabrizio, and he gets to the rebound first. What a fantastic bit of goalkeeping. Schmidt looks a super player. I'm going to scout him because he's really impressed me tonight. Just make sure he doesn't take penalties for us. But Leonardo Fabrizio saves, and now that's surely game over. Just 4 minutes of stoppage time to be added on, 1 minute of normal time to be played, and 3 goals needed for Leipzig. But Schmidt's coming forward again. Shots blocked and is cleared by Lima. Pollock hoofs it downfield to Paulo. Flicks on to Coppens. Coppens has a man outside him, but he's been brought down, and that's going to be a free kick. Good hold-up play from the striker. And we're back as Greenwood picks the ball up, as it's the start of a counter for Leipzig. And Schmidt has been sensational. I'm sorry. What an effort that is, just wide of the post. Based on that performance, we have to sign him this summer. And coming off the right-hand side, he might be the solution to our problems. Coppens heads one over himself, 1 minute of stoppage time to go. And it will be Dorking v Celtic in the Europa League final. And that means our next episode, again, double-header of finals. The FA Cup, the Europa League. Kasem brings down Lima. That'll be the end of this match. And although we had a little scare at times, it has been a fairly comfortable performance. And it's a free kick from Paulo on the right wing. In towards Solly, headed away. Greenwood gets it clear and it will fall for Sam Williams. And we're just counting down the seconds now. Williams gives it away though. Awful play. But Boyce wins it back and finds Fabrizio. 1-1 on the night. The final whistle goes. We may have found a star for ourselves next season. But we are in the Europa League final. And now we turn our attentions to securing a top 4 place. Sorry, a slight side note. I've just seen even more pain for Bilbao than losing the first leg 7-0. The finals at their stadium. Oh, if ever there was a time to not bottle it. Reminds me of Brazil-Germany in the World Cup. There you go, what a time to bottle it. But it is us v Celtic in the Europa League final. But all attentions now turn to Derby County. We're back to face Derby County in the Premier League. And we know that if we win this game, Liverpool and Arsenal cannot catch us based on the number of games they've played. Then Everton play Liverpool in the league. and we will turn into Liverpool fans, because if they then win, Everton won't be able to catch us either. And if they draw, looking at the goal difference, realistically they can't either. So if we win, Everton have to beat Liverpool. Otherwise, we're guaranteed of the top 4. So let's go and have a look at the lineup we've picked for this one. It's going to be an important game. And we have, of course, got plenty of opportunities to get our first 11 back in and back fit for today. So Dorking heavy favourites. Derby scrapping for their lives at the bottom. They are 1 point clear of Brentford with a game less played. But Reading, 5 points behind, have got 2 games left. So if Derby lose this one, it's suddenly getting close to out of their hands. But that's not for us to worry about. We've gone for our strongest 11, and based on that, only Nsink's missing out. So Boyce is in for him, and aside from that, it's Afonso in goal, Correa and Mazzino the fullbacks, with Baker and Semedo centre half, Balters and Morale in midfield, Lima, Boyce and Stokic on the wings, and then Marcos Paulo, the goal scoring machine up front. And we need some more of that from him today. Into the first half we go. It is Derby v Dorking Wanderers, and it's our opportunity to secure Champions League football for the first time, which of course we can do in the Europa League final as well. But let's see if we can wrap it up early. 4-4-2 for Derby, not something we see too often in the Premier League. Tafazoli at centre half, a player we tried to sign a few years back when we were fairly new in the league, as was Jake Cleverley actually. So I'm surprised that they're not doing a bit better, and they have traditionally been a mid-table / top half team in the last few years. Who got with them on the bench, the left back we once had, Johnny Davilar's there as well. So there's lots of familiar names, but we're going to tell the lads to prove a point, and we want to really assert ourselves here. They're in the worst form in the league, they're dropping like flies, and we've got to make sure we don't slip up today. Let's get to the tunnel interview. We should be beating them, and with Marcos Paulo in form, we should be formidable in front of goal. It's not been a good 20 minutes, but Morgan Morale's put a free kick in, and Carl Boyce heads in, but I think he's offside. He is offside. No, it's an own goal. It's an own goal it's been given as. I was so sure that wasn't going to stand. It's a bit of a scrappy goal in the box, but it must have come off Whitehouse. It wasn't going in before. And we lead 1-0 without having a shot on target. There's not been one in this match for either side, but we don't care. A scrappy 1-0 win will be perfect at this time of the season. It's Gabriel Afonso at the back to Semedo, to Baker, to Balters. Just playing out. You see, we're getting much more confident with that now. As Ryan Lima slides it through. Paulo's in. Marcos Paulo. Oh, it's hit the post. I was already lining up, makes no mistake, because he just looks so composed. But in the end, that one crushed the woodwork. And we're going to have to wait another few minutes as Mazzino throws into Stokic. Into Boyce. Back out to Mazzino. Chance to cross, but instead goes to Balters. On the edge of the box, we just can't find that opening. Though Carl Boyce does. And he goes from distance just wide of the post. Really good effort, but not quite on target. Still no shots on goal for either side. But we lead 1-0 thanks to the own goal, and that is all that matters. Well, we finished the half. We do eventually manage a shot on goal, but it was not a great spectacle for the fans. But our fans, if they know Champions League football's coming, they won't care how it happens. Everton v Liverpool is still 0-0. We've got to keep our eye on that too. As Carl Boyce comes into the box, good effort, but didn't quite get enough whip on it. It was just a bit too central in the end. The keeper manages to hold. 5 minutes gone in the second half. Morgan Morale with an in-swinging free kick towards Tafazoli, who heads away. Lima gets it back to Morale though. Great first time cross. Headed away as far as Semedo. And there's two options with him. Balters finds Boyce. Semedo again to Balters. Being forced backwards here, don't want to lose possession. And Correa's got it on halfway. Lovely switch out to Stokic. Went backwards but found the through ball. Marcos Paulo's there. His shot's blocked and it falls for Balters. And he taps into the empty net. The keeper had already committed. And it is Derby County 0, Dorking Wanderers 2. And Champions League football is all but secured. Now Mazzino's picked up a yellow card. And we've been guilty of getting arrogant early in the past. As Daly gets a free kick. Delivers to the back stick. Oh, it's against the post. And it's blocked off the line. It was Milan Stokic who got a foot in. And then Correa just hoofs it downfield. And that was our first major scare. And Daly's got another set piece here to Muller. Muller's already scored a few this season. And he gets it inside to the right. To Satorna. Out to Spooner again. It's headed away by Correa. And Lima gets there and he's running away with it. Past halfway. He's got 3 up with him. To Stokic on the left. He's unopposed. There's no one with him and he shoots. And he was really a little bit greedy there. Should have really laid it off. But as it stands, it's still 2-0. Let's have a look at the formation. Derby haven't changed tactic yet. But we might want to change our own soon. And we're back as we're fighting for the ball on halfway. Correa gets there first. Finds Stokic on the opposite side to Balters. to Stokic again, beats his fullback, that's brilliant. Stokic keeps shooting at the near post. Just lay it across goal, there's 2 men to tap it in. A little bit puzzled he's not doing that. But let's have a look at the throw on the right for Derby with Whitehouse. To Martins. 3 up with him, and he's going alone though. Beats his fullback, crosses into Muller, and Semedo heads away to Balters. Long ball downfield, Marcos Paulo gets there. He's taking on the centre half, he skins him, and he forces a good save from Diaz. Corner kick for Derby to defend, and we're going to make changes. Boyce is going to be replaced. He's not had the best game actually. Coppen's on for him, Paulo will go in behind, just as we did in the Europa League tie. Mitchell Baker's on a yellow and he's complacent, so he'll be replaced by Roger Solly. And on the right, we'll protect Lima from further injuries. Zach Council will be on for him. 18 minutes remaining is still 2-0 and Everton still being held by Liverpool. So long ball forward, which Derby have intercepted. We've got Court playing out from the back there, and what an effort from Cleverley. Tipped over the bar by Afonso. We're going to drop to balanced. We're going to demand more. And we're going to try and make sure we see this game out. As Daly puts the outswinger in. Headed away by Semedo. He's an absolute man mounting back then. And it falls for Tafazoli, who clears away. And I think we can breathe a sigh of relief. 7 minutes left on the clock. It is all Derby County. They're really pushing for it. They know this game's important for their survival. Tobias picks it up on the right. Back to Martins. Into the box. It finds them. Oh, it's blocked off the line again. Roger Solly got his foot in. And it's a corner kick now. An in-swinger. Semedo heads away. It is Witham, the substitute. They keep going forward, Derby. They're relentless at the moment. But Gabriel Afonso's playing out from the back now. He finds Semedo to Morgan Morale. Switch of play out to Council. Council charges past one on the right. He's got 2 ahead of him. Switches to Stokic. Oh, it's a good save, Diaz. Didn't quite get enough on it, Milan Stokic. But a good effort and a good chance on the break for us. As Witham throws it in for Derby, they're straight back up the other end. Galval brings it down 25 yards out to Witham. His cross is blocked, but it's going to fall for Galval again. And Tafazoli caught back on halfway and forced all the way back to his goalkeeper. Diaz will bring it down, but this is exactly where we want Derby County to be. Diaz with a long kick forward. Only finds Mazzino. Heads away to Paulo. Nicks in front of his man. Goes to the edge of the box. Oh, what a save. Good effort from Paulo. Tipped over the bar. And Marcos Paulo looks brilliant in that role. As Morgan Morale will take the corner. Had a quiet game by his standards, but that's a good delivery. And Jeff Coppens heads straight at the keeper. And remarkably, the highlight's still going as Diaz rolled out to Rivera, long ball forward, and Derby get on the end of it. And Mazzino's beaten to it by Tobias. In one-on-one, good save Afonso, and Semedo clears it away. Derby playing 2 up front still, but they've got more of a threat than they ever had before, as Afonso finds Semedo from a short goal kick. To Correa, long ball forward, no one's getting there. Had 2 simple 5-yard passes, and I don't know why he panicked. As Rivera comes down the left again. Council can't get there, and it's 2-1. And that's what Correa gets for breaking a tactic. And I'm really excited about him. He's a wonder kid. He's a very good player. But he is the one that breaches the tactical instructions quite a lot. So as a result, we're going to time waste frequently, reduce the tempo. We're going to slow the pace down in possession, and we're going to drop our defensive line. Everything with the aim of hanging on for this result. We do not want to throw it away from here. And I think that's just about it. It is 2-1 to Dorking. Derby County fought till the end, but we get the result. And we've just got to check now for the full-time score at Goodison Park. If Everton were held, we've basically secured top 4 football. They were. So Everton 3 points behind with a game to go, but the goal difference is 16 in our favour. Arsenal 5 behind, they've only got 1 game left. And Liverpool 9 behind with 2 games left. So only Everton could catch us on points. And then the goal difference wraps it up for us. So Champions League football will be with Dorking Wanderers next season for the first time in this series. And we will be back next time for 2 massive games to end the season. The FA Cup final at Wembley against Liverpool, a repeat of last season where we threw it away, and then a trip to Spain to face Celtic in the Europa League final. We beat Hibs in the Europa Conference last year, and we've got a real chance to add another trophy to the cabinet. So if you enjoyed this episode and you're looking forward to that one, please do chuck a thumbs up on the video. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the performances and how many of the trophies and the finals you think we'll win next time round. Subscribe to the channel for daily FM20 content from this long-term story with Dorking, as well as our new series over in Northern Ireland with Cliftonville. There's a link to that playlist in the eye above, and you can catch up with the series so far if you've missed it. We've also got what could be our final episode with Macclesfield Town tomorrow, and our weekly live streams continue every Tuesday. A massive thank you for your support on the channel and over on the podcast with the new season. We've been growing really rapidly and we're having a great time. So thank you so much as always for watching, and I'll see you next time for the two big finals.